Move that.
Good
Move that
morning.
a bit, Paul.
Right, sorry, there we go.
No, much better.
That's it, that's much better.
Much better.
Right. Morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Good morning, everyone. Let's get some people up before we start. Get some people up. Are we in?
Should
Yeah,
be
we're in.
Morning,
Morning, Dean. Good morning. Right, Kenny. Start with the big one, the test match, and Steve Smith has probably secured at least. They're not going to lose this one, is it? 490.
Well, you'd think
hard
so.
for England to win this one from now. Wouldn't
Very hard for England. They're not really playing well as well. Their heads were down. You know, like I said, there was not much in the pitch. They dropped catches. Curran dropped one of Archer. There was a catch dropped off Broad by Jason Roy. You know, Smith was caught behind but from a no ball. So really and truly, it's been it's a very frustrating time for England in the field. And then you have an indignity of Tim Payne getting a half century, then Mitchell Stark having a bit of fun. He gets 54, Nathan Lyon gets 29.
Yeah.
And Australia had humiliated England by declaring 497 for 8.
Yeah.
And then
I think once Steve Smith went out, there was in.
Well, no, not really, because there was still, you know, Mitchell Stark and Nathan Lyon were having a bit of fun at England's expense. But if you look at the situation,
I think because they wasted lost a day.
Lost a day. But and then England lose a wicket.
So really now it's the only two possible results now, really, isn't it? If we're looking at it, England now have to hope for the draw, really.
Well, what's happening is that, you know, they've got the night watchman in, they've got Overton in, and so he's going to have to protect Joe Root and stay in as long as possible. You know, be a bit of a nuisance, and once he's a bit of a nuisance, he's up to Joe Root to, you know, build an innings and get himself in. First thing Joe Root needs to do is just not play to that ball outside off stump. And every time he's very vulnerable. He always likes to. He always gets, you know, caught in that area between off stump and middle stump, and that's where you can get Joe Root out early. So he needs to try and get a stay in. Rory Burns as well needs to dig in as well, like he normally does. And England have to get a rear guard, but they're going to need a big partnership from someone, and then they need a century for one of their players. It's Joe Root. It's about time Joe Root comes to the party, because he's had a few. His best scores have been 50s, but this series he's been as bad as David Warner. So for me, it's up to Joe Root to have caps his innings.
Yeah.
If he has one of them, then England can say touch, man.
It's impossible now, isn't it, for England to win it, because they've got to get over. Because of the time left and everything else, we've got to get around the bats.
Well, we don't know, because remember Headley, we didn't think.
If they get within 100 runs of them, I suppose, and then do what they've done. Well, but then again, it's the time factor, isn't it? Now,
but England, I think what's happened, England will be more than happy to get a draw and then take the oval, and that could be winners that take us all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the most important for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, stay in this test match, make sure you don't lose, take the oval, and then, you know, go all out attack to try and win the Ashes.
I looked at because you know more about it than me, but I looked at their lineup, England lineup. They're a very young lineup, isn't it? The batting lineup is very young, isn't it?
Well, I think, but the thing is, you've got to realise in English cricket at the moment, there's a great dearth. There isn't like the sort of players coming through, especially the batsmen. I think what's happening now is that the last 5 years, as we well know, England has spent more emphasis on the one-day white ball cricket, especially the one days after what happened in Australia when they were awful. And obviously, with hosting a tournament, England had to win. Well, they didn't have to win the tournament, but what's happened is that they had to put a great show for themselves and actually won their own tournament. But Andrew Strauss made a decision to concentrate more on white ball cricket. He's, you know, like I said, he cemented the fact that Owen Morgan was the captain. You know, he got Trevor Bayliss as well because of his one-day backhand, and he basically brought in players who can play one-day cricket. So that's what's the situation. Oh, boxing.
Yeah, what's your thoughts? What's this? Someone said Zach on Allen on the. What's your thought on that fight the other night, the Campbell fight?
I think in terms of like the Campbell fight, I thought I was watching a fight, and you always look at Lomachenko, and he always had a second gear in him. Like whenever he got hurt by Campbell with a sort of, left hand, that's when he picks up his pace again. I don't think Campbell won the round. He's probably won the first round, maybe the seventh. Apart from that, it was quite a unanimous. It was quite a.
But good and into. I mean, having said that, he's taken on probably one of the better pound-for-pound fighters.
The thing about it is that definitely another good thing about Luke Campbell as well. He got a payday. Because the other day it's prize fighting, and I think that's what's boxing about. I know I'm a boxing purist, and I'm not particularly happy with Eddie Hearn promoting the Logan Paul fight and KSI. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that he's just doing it for the money, because what's happening, what Eddie Hearn's trying to do is that the only way boxing makes money is if the casual boxing fan gets involved. Because the thing is, the casual boxing fan are the ones who are going to buy the pay-per-view for a big fight. And they might buy your ticket for a big fight. But your Eddie Steady boxers, like I said, if the money, kind of drifts down to the boxers, then fine. But what's happening right now is that.
Remind me, that Logan Paul, is he the one that caused a lot of controversy?
Yes, it's him. Yeah. I don't really know much about YouTube, but it was something to do about him filming suicides in Japan or something, or China.
Right. I get. Your shows. No, this is not Thai, by the way.
No, I'm not Thai. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm not Thai. You know what I mean?
Building getting. How do you think of? This is someone's asking. We touched on this yesterday. Adam Explorer says, how do you think the front three are now shaping up?
Well, the thing about it depends. I think what it is that. Lacazette and Aubameyang have both scored goals. They've started really well, and as they've done before, they were very good against Burnley, and they had a good game against Tottenham, in terms of putting the ball in the net. But it's still a work in process, because at the end of the day, you've still got a third wheel, which is Pepe, who needs to learn our game. He needs to get fitter, because one of the things that I notice is that when he does get in his good positions, in the last minute he gets a bit tired. You know what I mean?
Hello, mate. All right.
Top of the fact, come here, get out of here. But and I think that's it. Once he gets himself fit, and it's probably going to take about 6 months, you're going to see the best of him. Everyone says he needs his first goal. I don't think he needs his first goal. He's here for the long term, and I think next season you're going to see a fantastic Pepe. You know what I mean? And I think that because one thing, he's going to know the league. He's going to, like I said, he's going to know. His fitness is going to be up, and he needs to be sharp with his finishing. So that's next season's season. But this, next maybe 6 months, maybe after Christmas, you'll see more improvement with him, and he could learn when he learns the league much more.
Yeah.
But at the moment, he's raw.
We've got this problem with that. We went over about yesterday about Aubameyang playing down should be playing down the middle, but that's me myself at the moment. In big games, maybe we have to sacrifice one of the two. I don't know, but
it's self-explanatory. We've spoke about this before. You just can't go that open at the Etihad, or even at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We've already been at Anfield. We didn't go that open, maybe through injury. But if you go that open, you're going to get mullered. Everyone says, well, you play defensively.
It's not so much. I still think we should have a positive attacking lineup. But what I'm trying to say, when you're playing big team, I think maybe you've got to see one of them playing in their right positions when you're playing top opposition. That's where I'm coming from. I know where you're coming from, but I looked at that. We looked at the Liverpool game. If you look at the Liverpool game, we went in with that attitude, but it didn't help us. We haven't. Look, as I say, Kenny, we haven't got the defenders at the moment to be able to sit there and say we can have that attitude.
The thing is,
we're going to get breached. Whatever way you look at it.
You're going to always have that argument. Everyone, like, there's a school of thought, like me, and as other people think, is that the system was working, but if you concede that first goal, and then in the second half, the game gets taken away from you. That's it. The plan's gone. And that's it. The onus was on us going in the half time at Anfield, keeping it at 0-0, and then what's happening is that trying to hit them on a break. It probably wouldn't have worked, but I think that's the only way Unai Emery would have gone.
Yeah.
If it had gone the way that people say we're the Arsenal, we should impose ourselves. Look, we're not a top team at the moment. Yeah. When you're a top team like Man City and Liverpool, you can impose your and
Yeah.
You can impose your way on teams. You
get
can't
that,
do that when you're a team in transition.
I get that, and if we had, and I get that, but if we had a good, solid defence that can defend, like, let's put it this way, if we could play like had the discipline to play like Newcastle did against Spurs, I'd agree. But we haven't got that discipline.
But people may say that when we went up to Newcastle, we showed discipline. Even though they said Newcastle were, like I said, a bit toothless up front, we gave nothing away. Every player was every player played
Newcastle. If you're going to play that system, look at the way Newcastle kept Spurs at bay. The way
why did you?
We can't do that. We're not capable of doing that.
You can.
We haven't got the players to do that.
You say no. You have got the players to do it. It's about mentality. It's about playing for the team. It's about sacrificing your game for the good of the side. And it's about trusting your coach. And the fact of the matter is that Newcastle, when they play against Tottenham, they are aware of Tottenham's strengths and they're aware of Tottenham's weaknesses, and they get the luxury of going to go up. Now, when they went 1-0 up, they knew with the next 60 minutes, it was all about hands on the pump. Everyone filling in the spaces, making sure that if Spurs were on the ball, they pressed them, making sure that every cross got cleared, making sure that Harry Kane wasn't going to get tight on any of their defenders, so they gave him a bit of space, and then when he made his run, they put tackles in. They neutralised Lucas Moura. They made sure that if any chance he had, it was a half chance. And what's happening is that when Eriksen came on, they gave him nothing. They kept Lamela out the game.
I was quite relieved that they didn't play more on the side, because I thought he would have caused us a lot more.
But the thing about it is that Unai Emery, Mauricio Pochettino, whenever he comes to the Emirates, he always likes to stretch us. And the only way you can stretch teams is with Song inside. So that was a great selection by Pochettino playing Song, because Song did exactly what Pochettino wanted. He wanted to stretch us on the counter attack. He knew that if Spurs won the first ball, and if Spurs maximised those spaces, they were able to not only dominate possession, they were able to create attacks. And the best way to create attacks is on the flanks, and that's where Son went to.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of Socrates, to be honest with you.
But it's what we've got at the moment. It's what we've got. You've got to realise.
To me, as I said once, and you said before in my thing, because he gives it all out, everyone thinks he's the greatest centre half in the world.
But you say that. But one thing I will say,
he's not very good in the air.
You're going to say not good in the air, but you've got to realise right now, you can't have it both ways. Arsenal fans universally, and Unai Emery's part of that in that process now, do not want Mustafi in the side. Mustafi has been told by Unai Emery that his time is up.
Well, Chambers, I thought, had a great game against.
Is it?
Chambers had a great game against Newcastle.
Yeah, but Chambers is the junior partner. David Luiz plays no matter what, and then he's his first choice.
Yeah. I think when Holding comes back, that's what you're right. Once Holding comes back, I don't want to see
once Holding comes back, he's got to fight for his place. Because as far as Unai Emery is concerned at this moment, it's Socrates and Luiz.
I agree with that guy said on the one. I just missed his name. He says Socrates and Xhaka lack discipline.
They do like.
Agree with that.
It's the thing with Socrates, like discipline and everything. The thing with what Socrates does, and that puts him in a lot of trouble, gets too tight players, especially in a situation where we're on a counter attack. That's where he's worse. So what's happened is that when he gets tight and loses his man, he commits a foul, gets the first booking, and then he leaves himself vulnerable. So that is one thing he's got to learn. But at the moment, he's a senior partner in a team, and David Luiz is the mainstay. Whether fans like it or not, they're going to have to deal with it, because that's who Unai Emery wants to choose as his first choice centre back pairing. As I said before, you can't say, I never want to see Mustafi in his team, but say, well, hang on, you don't want him in the team. All right, Holding's injured, these are your centre backs. You can't have it both ways. Either you get rid of Socrates and bring Mustafi back until Holding comes back.
It says, as the Jet says, Luiz and Holding will be a better pairing.
I think so. Like I said, Holding is good on the ball, and he's good in the air.
Amnes says play Ozil behind the front three. At least give it a try. I don't think you're in agreement.
Well, the thing about it is, no, not at all. You could, no, it's not, and I'm not saying it for that reason. You could play Ozil in the front three.
No, behind.
No, it won't work. No, it won't work because at the end of the day, he's not that sort of player. He's not a midfielder. He is. Mesut Ozil is a. How do I say it? He's the split striker creator now, and that's his best position. Playing in midfield is a waste of time because what's happening is that you're by playing Mesut Ozil in midfield, you're asking him to do things that midfielders do, i.e. track back.
I've got to ask you this one. Slando asked me, what's our best midfield three? I think it depends on what games we're playing, doesn't it? I did think the three that we played on Sunday was right. What's your best three in a big game, say, if we're playing Man City away? What would your midfield three? Would it be similar? Would you have played that three against Man City away that we played on Sunday?
Well, first thing I do, I play runners. So if I'm playing runners, then Granit Xhaka will have to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
So I'll play, my midfield three will be like Guendouzi. I'll play Torreira, and I have to play like a young lad in Willock. For the simple reason is that the reason why I play him is just for his athleticism.
I think
and he's able to go box to box. You play Granit Xhaka for seniority, but hang on here, he's a midfielder that is more than likely going to get pressed out of the game. So if he gets pressed out of the game, then what will happen is that there'll be too many turnovers where Man City are going to be getting possession. So when we get possession, they're going to get it back again, so we're going to be under pressure. So what you want to do is give Man City no space, like I said, to put up their passes, win the ball back, and then see if you can start counter-attacks. Now you can't do that at Granit Xhaka. I don't care what anyone says. Granit Xhaka, if we're dominating games, the Granit Xhaka's your man, isn't he? He can play his diagonal passes, his deep line passes to the forward line.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to stop teams from playing, there's no place for Granit Xhaka in his team. I'm sorry, no place for him whatsoever.
No, yeah, I agree. But you actually don't. You would have. But having said that, when I said big teams, you would play. You wouldn't play. But you did. For the Liverpool games,
I did, and I got caught with my pants down.
Oh, right.
I went for Serie A.
I'm just thinking that when you said about the
Liverpool
games.
It's what you know now.
I know. I agree.
But Man City.
You've changed your mind.
That's what I was going to say. Man City played differently from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Man City are very much a progressive team.
Yeah.
In a way, Liverpool are only progressive from their fullbacks and their front three. But everyone in Man City is progressive. They can start attacks from their own goal line, because they got runners, they got ballers, they got players that can win the ball back. So basically, they're a total footballing side, which we were in 2002 and 2004 when we double in the Invincibles.
Gone on those days, mate.
Well, gone on those days, but that's what Man City are. They're a total footballing side.
Yeah.
So there's no accident why they dominate games and why they won the league twice, and people think they're the favourites. I think Liverpool win it, but that's another argument.
That's an interesting one from Joe. Would you play Luiz in midfield?
We didn't play. No, because the reason why is that you're playing in midfield, but you're only, again, it's the same situation. You're only going to play him in midfield if you're dominating games and you're getting him to put his sprays passes on the flanks and down to the front three. But ultimately, you need him in defence.
Ami Gooner says, are we overhyping Ceballos?
That's actually a good question, mate. Very good question, mate, because I think what's happened is that Arsenal fans do get excited when a new player comes, and then when a new player comes and they show a bit of skill, we get excited and we start comparing them to players we had in the past. But if you want to talk about Ceballos, one thing is that it's not a compliment, it's just how he looks. He's very much like Santiago Cazorla with the quick feet, going from left to right, and like I said, trying to link with the front two. So in that respect, I definitely will compare him to Cazorla. But in terms of how he's played, he had a good game, game against Burnley. Struggled a bit against Liverpool, which he would do, because Liverpool had most ball. Spurs, when he came on, most of the things he did I liked, but it's going to take time. He's not, he's playing in Spain all
life. Apparently, he had a great game yesterday in Spain.
Yeah, definitely, but he's playing Romania, isn't he? He's got a lot of time on the ball. He's got better players around him who are going to give him protection. we have to be more concerned. Show with Arsenal fans, right? Celebrate Arsenal players' performances when they play for Arsenal. Don't celebrate their performances, what they do for their countries.
Oh, no,
You're
exactly.
an Arsenal supporter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you, Kenny.
You know what I mean? It's no good going to the World Cup. Woo!
By the way, Kenny, did you see that thing with Roy Keane? I saw it on Twitter this morning.
Roy Keane.
Ferguson.
I don't know. Well, the trouble is with Roy Keane is that you know
funny.
Yeah,
he said that Ferguson brought in the chief scout.
His brother.
His brother. And and I thought it's funny he would have brought his missus as well.
Well, you know what? He's 100% right in that respect. Is that I think there's a lot of reverence played to Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
What people don't realise is that Alex Ferguson can be a very vindictive man, like Roy Keane. Both bear grudges, whether they like it or not. Both are like Alex Ferguson, when his son got sacked at Preston, is a fact. He got all the loanees back. Didn't have to do that. He had no right to do that. But he's done that because his son lost his job. And that's a very valid point.
He's got on about Darren Ferguson as well.
Yeah, it's true. But if you look at the situation between Roy Keane and Alex Ferguson, the fact of the matter is that Alex Ferguson no longer needed Roy Keane. So therefore, when Roy Keane played up, they were just looking for an excuse to get rid of him. And that's a fact. And it's probably the same with what happened in Saipan with Mick McCarthy as well.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for a reason to get rid of Roy Keane, and he found it.
Yeah, I've got to say, it was quite funny. I've seen him have a dig there, and I see Gary Neville in the black one put his head down.
Hey, Lula Pato. Lula Pato, waste man, oh yeah. Say it to me face, son, say it to me face. You're probably abroad somewhere on your mum's keyboard. Bye.
Someone was saying, we hope overdoing the return of the fullbacks.
We should do, because the simple reason is that they give us mobility. They've got great pace. That they can actually some of them. Tierney could do the whole lot. Defend, like I said, put crosses in, and like I said, he's a strong runner. And Hetsbury's got pace. So yes, we do need them. They're our first choice fullbacks, so we should celebrate them. You know what I mean?
I'm not a big fan. What time is it?
Yeah, got to go in a minute.
Yeah. Right. Could listen to Kenny all day, says Hazzy. So that's it.
Thanks, Hazzy.
See, forget all of the negative comments.
I don't listen to these losers. There was another prat who slagged you off yesterday called Mark Davis. I know your little comments, Mark. Saying about how you're comparing you to another person and how you just people just rant for the sake of it, i.e. you. And I think there's people is that if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't watch. This is free. This is free, right? This is a free and democratic society. Move away if you don't like what we watch.
As I said, who is Mark Davis?
Exactly, nobody.
When Mark Davis pulls up 500,000 views on his phone, he can talk to me.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Probably not. And all these people putting about donations, oh please, I'm so bored by it. If I was actually guilty of it, I'll be so shit.
Who would you bring in? Last question before you go. Who would you bring in January if you had to bring him?
Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah. Oh, good shout. Not centre half.
Wilfred Zaha.
We'll have to wait. I think with Saliba coming, I think we'll wait on that one.
Rufus Zaha.
Yeah.
Rufus Zaha.
Do you think we can still get him now?
Why not? Why not? He's not happy at Palace. Right. His value's going to go down anyway. He ain't going to be worth 80 million. We could
coming to Arsenal.
We could get him for 50 million in January, I bet.
Before you go, day 2 of the cricket. What do England need to do?
Well, day 3 of the cricket.
Day 3. Yeah.
England need a partnership.
Day 3 of the cricket.
England need a partnership, and Joe Root needs to get a century. So they need a big partnership between Root and Burns. One of them needs to get a daddy 100, not just a 100, a daddy 100. I'm talking about 150, 180, and that'll get England back to Test match.
Well done, Kenny. Have a nice weekend, lovely weekend,
mate.
Look
after yourself.
Right. Keep in touch, mate.
I always do, mate. Always do.
Monday?
No, not Monday.
Oh, of course.
Probably Wednesday, next Wednesday, mate.
Take care, yeah?
Take care, look after yourself.
All the best, mate.
Have a nice weekend, mate.
There you go, my man Kenny Ken. Lovely guy. How confident is Arsenal again? Top 4, Nicola? Who knows? Who knows? I would love to go Australia. I'd love to go all these places, but I haven't got the money. Xhaka has the potential to be the Swiss man Petit. Please do not put Granit Xhaka in Emmanuel Petit, please. Do not compare. Come to Spain, Claude, yeah. Okay, we'll wish you a lovely weekend. Thanks for joining me and Kenny this morning. Wish you all a lovely weekend and speak to you soon, yeah.